Hey, Podcast America, welcome to the rabbit hole. We got Iron Mike on the main stage. They don't call him the 3-inch warrior for nothing. Put your hand like
3.5. Yeah, they get it right.
Oh, God. All right. Welcome to episode 108, I think.
Ooh, nice.
Brought to you by my company, Training Northwest. And as you're hearing this, we have our Hunter's Fundamental Rifle Marksmanship coming up October 4th. I think there's only one spot left in that class. And then keep your eyes on the website, trainingnorthwestllc.com. The Rifleman Camp.
Hang on.
Oh, hang on. No, you hang on. The Rifleman Camp for 2026 will be going up live before the end of, what date is this? September? Let's just say before middle of October. That always sells out. So make sure that if that is something you've had on your radar, you get in there, or I should say, just keep an eye on the website and get it while it lasts, because it will not last long. What were you going to say, Mike?
I'd sign up for it immediately if I was hearing this.
It's every year it gets better.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah. And you get to shoot with Mike Kozak.
This is
is true.
No lie. Yeah. No lie. The 3-inch warrior will be on the range.
What's up, little guy?
Iron Mike.
Iron Mike. He's hard as steel, dude. Oh, yeah, he is.
Oh, Lord.
I was going to say, well, you should really sell it. And you have hunting coming up sooner rather than later.
We got some fun hunting coming up.
If you are going hunting and you're like, man, maybe I feel just a little off about my approach or my setup, or just, buddy, I've done drills with you. I've seen some of the drills you've done for things you don't even think about, where it's like you're just walking down the road, all of a sudden there's something, you see it. Take off that backpack, get your gun mounted up, get all your little anchors. How are you ready to take that shot? Take that shot, so. People
don't think about that until they're staring at the animal and they're having like an adrenaline rush and they're like, oh, fuck, what do I do right now? My gun's on my shoulder and I don't know what to do. Right. Yeah. So that is the point of coming out to a class like this. And then also I should add in here that Christy and I have also started our, what we call Grounded, which is our workshops on kind of helping people refocus and recenter and get back to what I'm going to say, authentically yourself. And if you want more information on that, you can find it at groundingworkshop.com.
Oh, yeah.
And so today, little bit more of a serious episode. I mean, we're still telling jokes. Go figure.
Hang on. I was going to ask you one more thing before we go to episode.
All right. Speaking of serious episodes.
Everyone has workshops. If Mike Kozak ran a workshop, Tobin, what do you think it would be?
You know what? There is a market for this, because there is a lot of people, they call them furries.
Sex trafficking, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who want to come over to your house, pretend they're a dog, and then they lay on your bed with you.
And I cuddle them.
Yeah, you eat candy and like rub their belly.
I told you guys about Cuddle Boys from Japan.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah. So you'll get some fucking weirdos from Linwood will come out here to snuggle in your bed with you in your underwear in their furry costume while you eat some bullshit and watch Netflix.
Sorry, it's going to be horrible as all these hot Asian Linwood girls come over dressed up as fucking Bambi as I have to cuddle them.
Yeah, that's right. Until you find out it's a dude.
No, dude. Screw that. I'm starting my own class. I'm going to run something. Mike Kozak's going to teach you how to do something.
I think this is a good goal to be setting.
A dance class.
Coming spring 2026.
An evening with. I just berate you on stage with a microphone.
I don't think you could berate anybody, but I think people would pay for an evening with Mike Kozak.
You'd be surprised how many don't.
Why am I so sticky?
Yeah. It's like a Gallagher concert. Bring your trash bag. Yeah. All right, episode 108. This is fun, dude. This is our podcast. We get to do what we want.
I still think it should be a podcast goal of ours to sell out a theater.
Dude, an evening with is something I want to do so bad. Like, I just think it would be fun. until we meet our fans and we're like, we're
God.
good.
Oh, God. All right, let's get off
One
this
night
fucking
only.
stage.
Exclusive. Yeah.
We'll be a single seat. We'll just invite Javier to the garage.
Yeah. Oh, a one-man show?
Yeah. That way we know it'll go good.
Dude, that's actually an OnlyFans video. Seducing Javier.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
All right.
It's a very serious episode, you guys. Enjoy the show. Me.
The throat is clear.
Oh, shit. All right. Don't drink the water.
Yeah. Drank all the water with that throat. Hi, Podcast America.
We got a lot to talk about, Mike.
We do, but before we get into like completely nuts rhetoric and depression and sadness, I still am Mike Kozak, and there is something I learned.
What's that?
And I would like to share it with you.
Yeah.
Do you know that the Elks Club, the gentleman club, the Elks?
Yeah. The exclusive
Yeah.
Elite level.
What are the other ones that are like?
You got
the
like
same?
Eagles and VFW.
Do you have to be
Wars, the Foreign Legion?
Yeah,
not the Foreign Legion, the American Legion. Foreign Legion's a different thing.
A bunch of like Chinese
the American
guys
Legion
from early.
No, the Foreign Legion is the French unit that goes and fights all their wars of empire in Africa.
Really?
Yes. So the French Foreign Legion is a no shit organization.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Are you aware? Are you? Hang on.
No, that was
as a military
Brendan,
history.
No, that
I'm
was
going to be
Brendan,
upset if you don't know what the French Foreign Legion is.
I'm still mad at France for getting us into Vietnam.
Are you aware of what the Foreign Legion is?
Yeah, because
it's like
that
if you are a convicted murderer in this country, you can run away to France, join the Legion, then serve in Africa, and earn your French residency and retire there.
That was Brendan Fraser in the first Mummy.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's exactly what the
What's it called? Like
it's one of the greatest documentaries ever.
But like criminal conscription or something. You know, like you said, where you have free ability to like, oh, I'm wanted in this country, and France is like, bonjour, welcome, croissant.
You carry out our dirty deeds in Africa.
Yeah. Welcome. Bonjour. Yeah. But so the Eagles and the Elks and those found specifically
the American Legion.
The American Legion. But I found
one Legion fights in Africa, the other one just gets drunk in dingy shitholes in America.
Oh, isn't there a British Legion?
I don't know.
Legion. A Legion.
Legion.
Yeah, that's a soccer team, hooligans. But there is at the Elks, there is a award every year for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, shit.
And you know what I think that means? You just have to crush a bunch of beers there.
Oh.
And I
was thinking something completely different.
What'd you think of it? Nah. They're like, take your pants off. No, I think it's like, what is the point of one of those clubs? You know, and they're always like, hey, $4 spaghetti and 50-cent Jack and Cokes, you know, and it's like, it's to get hammered and hang out.
Play bingo.
It's like,
have some cocktails.
Yeah. So to go and become Rookie of the Year, you would have to put up like, you know, we're talking Babe Ruth batting numbers here to party with the like.
You got to be turning in some winning bingo cards and pounding some. Some Sailor Jerry's and Cokes.
So it's like, I just heard that, and it's like, not saying it's bucket list, but it would be a fun, like, when I retire, I move to a
set your
small...
sights on Elks Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, dude.
Did you know I played for the Elks Little League team?
Oh, did you?
Oh, so somewhere I have a picture of me wearing an Elks uniform.
Yeah.
I guess my mom probably has it.
Does it say $4 spaghetti night on the back?
No.
Thursdays.
It just says Elks Lodge.
Yeah. But they did support it and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and they were community outreach.
I don't know.
For
Maybe
softball.
I guess all drinking was done like behind closed doors when we were kids. It's like alcohol culture is more out in the open now, like everywhere you go, basically. But Back then, you went inside the Elks Club with its cinder block walls and no windows. And
wasn't it more acceptable for someone to have a flask back in the day than today?
I don't know.
If you go to work back in
shooting heroin's acceptable today, so I feel like a flask but that's like you're barely scratching the surface. Like nobody even notices,
right? So
there's probably enough hipsters that put espresso in their flasks so they can walk around and be sort of like edgy.
I'm meta.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even get drunk.
I drink espresso from a hip flask at work.
Well, being meta is
so
not
glad
how
I don't have to go hunting for food. Who the fuck knows where gluten-free tacos actually live?
Dude, fuck being meta. Meta doesn't know how to become the rookie of the year at the Elks Lodge. And I'm just saying, it seems like like I didn't even know that existed and someone told me. And it's like, oh, you just must have to get hammered and hang out and play fucking horseshoes for like
the rest of us are all aspiring towards enlightenment and a better life.
Days
Mike's
out
like,
of the year.
I'm going for Rookie of the Year at Elks Club.
Dargon Trophy.
National Rookie of the Year, not fucking local chapter.
Do you think there's like
there must be. If there's a local chapter Rookie of the Year, there must be national level.
Oh God, it's got to be like
what do you think
Miss America.
Got to go to the big show.
Here's my talent, and it's like you sing or like you do a speech, you know,
a little tap dance.
And I grew this large pumpkin, like just showing your skills. Yeah. What nationals for Elks Rookie of the Year is something I never thought about until now. But now I'm completely.
This is why I'm your life coach.
Yeah.
We're not shooting little, buddy. We go all the way here.
Sticker sales went down, but he became a fucking star.
Took his 1,000-pound pumpkin all the way to St. Louis.
Anyways, Rookie of the Year, just putting it out there. Now we can start the podcast. That's funny.
Well,
and this isn't.
This is. Well, there's a lot going on in America, and I've barely even been checked into news cycles and whatnot. But obviously, everybody is aware of the murder of Charlie Kirk because that was very public. And I've ignored most of the fallout that has happened since then because I just sort of predicted, I think pretty easily, and I think most people, if they thought about it for a minute, predicted that this would immediately inflame sort of right versus left finger pointing and name calling and possibly, who knows how far it'll escalate at this point. I told Christy, she said it feels scary today on the day that I forget which day of the week that was.
It happened, I think, on a Wednesday, and 9/11 was on a Thursday.
Okay.
And I felt like his murder completely overshadowed the murder of 2,000 to 3,000, whatever the status for 9/11. That group of people for the Trade Center and the Pentagon and the planes and that crashed in Pennsylvania. That was probably shot down by. But it's like, dude, I get it. They're like, hey, planes have been hijacked. They're hitting buildings.
I don't believe any of the official narrative of 9/11 anymore. But yes, if we are to believe that is why, then I get why they would shoot down.
But that's not what they said. They said it just went down. They stormed the cabin or whatever.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Patriots.
There's my conspiracy theory slipping out right there.
Yeah, Patriots. But
there's some similarities to the way it shook the nation, and also the fact that it was highly, I guess 9/11 was highly televised, and the murder of Charlie Kirk was highly streamed, I guess, which kind of grosses me out.
No, but the fact televised.
That this man was murdered pretty brutally in front of like a lot of people and in front of a lot of cameras, and I'm a little bit disappointed with Americans that everyone, and not just Americans individually, but also with all our media services, at the rate at which people were sharing that.
Yeah, but it's in the feed. I watched it. I'm guilty of consuming.
I saw it once on accident, and then I refused to watch it again. But it's up there with all of the, like, I think I've bitched on here before that a lot of times when I open Instagram, actually it's finally stopped fucking showing me this bullshit. Thank you. But for a long time it was showing me war porn from Ukraine. It's like, I do not want to watch 19-year-old kids get killed by drones. That's not why I understand, and it disgusts me that a lot of people use that as entertainment, but that's not what I want to fucking watch.
See, that's the difference between you and me, because I don't enjoy seeing that. I subscribe to ones that I think are real, and it's like, well, these are the consequences of us being here and in these situations and having this stuff happen. And it's not porn, but it's like it's a reality, right? This is what's happening due to our actions, or countries' actions, or conflict actions of countries. And when you see it like that, when you get it in your face, when you get to actually kind of tangibly touch it a little bit when it's that close, it does send a shockwave or a message. And I think this killing a little bit was, I mean, don't get me, everyone says it's political, but it happened to send a message. That was the point of this killing.
Did it happen to send a message, or did it happen to inflame tensions? Had things, because things sort of simmered down after Trump, after the last election, things kind of simmered down a little bit, and this took it right back over the edge.
But that's what I mean. What can an intention or an action do? It can simmer things down, but the action of an assassination can only add fire to the water to make it boil faster.
That's my point.
And
Smokey.
this is, but not only that, but like at this event, it could have been a stabbing in a parking lot. All of a sudden, reports came in. Charlie Kirk found dead.
This was so public and visual.
But that's what I mean. So there's an intention. This is wanted. Not okay. Cool. They seem to have caught the killer.
Yeah,
but it's like this was meant to be seen. This is a message.
Yes, and I think for the purpose of inflammation of the divide, because and now you're going to see again. Who knows if it will be legitimate or some sort of like kind of scripted event, but I think what will come in the next 2 weeks is some sort of mass murder of LGBTQ people as a quote unquote retaliation
by Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I think the bigger game is to spiral the two sides into civil war. Like, just spin them up until the point we are in a low grade kind of back and forth tit for tat, like, mass killing for mass killing.
Yeah.
Churches being targeted, leftist events being, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This yes. Charlie Kirk getting killed, I never saw as being like possible, right? It is like, I've followed this since 2009.
I figured they would just keep trying for Trump and RFK.
Yeah. Big celebrity. I get a Trump assassination. I get that, I get someone that's very public like that. And Charlie Kirk is public, but I don't know. It's just, he's an orator. He just debates, and he isn't like outwardly malevolent. He is strict in his thoughts. I agree with a lot of his stuff, but there's stuff I disagree with, but at no point I'm ever like, this guy, is a piece of shit.
When was the last time someone was killed for their ideas here? And I don't mean like
MLK.
That's what I was like, is it really all the way back to Martin Luther King?
Who's been assassinated publicly, kind of. Or
would you count figure, like the Kennedy brothers as being killed for their ideas or killed for their, it's kind of in the same
might
vein.
Be alcohol.
Well, I think they were killed because they stood up to the CIA.
A little bit of both, too. Some of them like to party and some of them like to push back on the government. They say there's the Kennedy curse.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that movie with where Kevin Costner played JFK?
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
We're like that NPR show on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Hey, remember the Beatle? Or I think Chris Farley. Remember the Beatlemania? That was awesome.
Yeah, but I think Charlie Kirk was never saw it coming.
No.
But now that it happened, it's like, oh my God, it's one of those things where it's like there couldn't have been a more
perfect way to touch off the
person. And I didn't really realize his connection to the vice president and his role in getting him. He was best friend, or not best friends, but he and J.D. Vance were good friends. And he really pushed him and got him in front of Trump to help get him elected.
Interesting.
And like, that's why he was flown back in Air Force One, and Vance went and met with his wife. And I watched that video. Did you watch a video of Charlie Kirk's wife?
Mm-mm.
She made a public speech.
This is during the, okay. I was just like, God, are people sharing her reaction to the...
Well, now they're sharing, I mean, she made on, what is it, Turning Point is their network.
Yeah.
She made a speech, man, and it had a couple brewskis. But it made me cry.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't, I feel bad for this woman. Like, I do feel bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an animal. But it wasn't like this woman is lost and now has no one. She seems strong. But just the anger and the message of like, you don't even fucking know what you did. Like, you thought our message was strong before. You don't know. Now it's a war. Mm-hmm. And it was just, it made me cry, because it wasn't like, this isn't about him, which she was probably speaking about. It just felt like this was like a moment of divide where it's like, how do you get two people to see things commonly? Like, if a complete leftist, where they're like,
I think the only way to answer that question, I think the only way is people need to start seeing that they've been sort of duped into this left versus right, half versus half, black versus white, red versus blue bullshit divide. And that it is a control game, and it is part, like I've said on here before, like I do believe the Matrix is real, and it's not a digital control thing; it's a learned behavior, and I think that the left versus right is part of a learned behavior. It could be part of the overall control system that keeps everybody fighting with each other, and nobody pays attention to the fact that in the last week we signed that WHO treaty that gives. In the event of a declared pandemic, we give up our sovereignty. Is anybody talking about that?
I got a 10. I got a 33-pound backpack, dude. I'm ready to travel.
Yeah. Washington State signed a law that now says they can vaccinate your kids at school without notification of, they don't have to notify the parents. They can just decide, hey, guess what? We're releasing this round of vaccines this month. All the kids at school, you'll find out when your kid comes home being like, oh, yeah, they gave us shots today at school. Are you fucking serious? Bro, that's the kind of shit people should get drug out of office and fucking have their heads cut off for.
Everyone always says what really matters is when the parents step in. When you
fuck with the children. If you touch my fucking kids without my permission, I don't give a fuck what the laws say. The natural, because I've talked about how we come pre-baked with morality. The natural rights of a father, your written laws do not supersede those. Your fucking Washington State Administrative Code does not supersede the natural rights of a father. And if you touch my fucking kids, I will enact my rights as a father, and I'm fucking coming for you.
What you don't understand is monkeypox is.
Now I'm getting fired up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You thought Charlie Kirk was going to get me fired up. Come after my children.
I fucking dare you to touch him. It was just, it's it's a person I didn't see having that much impact, having the most impact.
Yeah.
But
me getting kind of fired up there almost proves the point, is that everybody is super fired up about this murder, which really is outside of our snow globes of reality. It sucks. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his wife. It's fucking terrible for those people in his close circle. But it's outside my little bubble of things that I can influence or that really influence me at a high level. What is not outside my little bubble of influence and things that influence me at a high level is these laws that are slipping in. For example, if let's say they declare a pandemic this winter and suddenly all of your sovereign rights as a United States citizen go away, or that they decide that they want to vaccinate my child in school without my knowledge.
But isn't that just...
And nobody's fired up about that.
But isn't that...
Everybody's upset about right versus left, LGBTQ versus MAGA.
Exactly. But isn't that what a splitting of a group is? If one person's like, I only want my children to have bedtime stories read to me by fucking drag queens.
Yeah.
How
to get blowjobs for first graders.
And I'm progressive, but extreme. I'm that. And then the other extreme is like, I only want fucking virgin, Catholic girls being a nanny to my child. It's like you have two extremes. And so you try and introduce those people, and one of them's like, oh, the world doesn't work that way. You're crazy. And the other person just looks at them and goes, the world doesn't work that way. You're crazy.
I think that the people who really want to control the others, like as in push their way of life, I think they're few and far between. And I think, I think the people like us who are just kind of like, hey, leave me alone and I'm going to do me and you can go do you over there. I think we make up the majority.
We make up the majority, but we make up the minority of the rules or how things are dictated.
Because we're trying to be left alone.
Yeah.
But we are reaching a tipping point. I was talking to a friend the other day and I was like, we're at the point where until decent men are willing to sort of fucking like take matters into their own hands, nothing is going to change. This is going to Rome is going to continue to burn until enough decent men are willing to say, you know what, fuck this, I've had enough. And when that happens, like look at what's happening in Nepal right now.
Yeah, it's falling apart.
Well, it's falling apart, but they enacted some censorship laws that their population didn't agree with, and finally a populace stood up and said, fuck you. You won't censor us. Yeah. And they fucking pulled them out of office by force. So that is where most of the world is at right now, it feels like. Is that everybody's sort of things are not going well, despite what the narratives will tell you. And everybody's fed up and everybody's frustrated and everybody can feel that there's a little bit of a tipping point coming. And I think it's too late to stop it. I think that whatever's going to come, the cards are going, the outcome is not guaranteed. But the slide into full chaos is, because this system has become top heavy and it cannot continue the way it is. It's not possible.
Well, did you hear what? So they found the rifle. Right. They got her.
Okay.
This is it.
Hang on. Let me guess.
Hang on. Also, not mad at the caliber.
So I can, of course that means it's 30-06. Let me guess, has some busted ass iron sights, and they're like, yeah, he made this shot from however many yards.
They say it was 200 yards ish. 200 yards.
What type of rifle are we talking about? Scope, like a scope hunting rifle?
Nagant. Mosin Nagant.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, 30-06 Mosin Nagant, they said, and it had a scope and everything. And his dad was apparently a cop, and then he was talking to it about his college roommate that he had the rifle that was responsible for Charlie Kirk's death. He said that apparently to his roommate or something like that. And then he was talking to his dad, and he confessed it to his dad, and apparently his dad's a sheriff.
Why would he just tell him?
And then his dad called a pastor. Trump even talked about this.
Oh, boy.
He made his speech. Dude, Trump is the worst at delivering bad, like, news. Like,
terrible news today.
You know?
The worst news.
Charlie's dead.
It was a terrible murder.
Yeah.
Gruesome.
He's not the best at doing it. But apparently he...
And I told Hillary, I said I'd lock you up.
Yeah. Apparently, you just do Ron Burgundy as Trump.
Ron Burgundy as Trump.
Yeah, that's your fucking Trump.
The arsonist has oddly shaped feet.
Yeah, that's yours. Lock her up. But yeah, so that's apparently the guy. And so apparently we have him. But it was weird because as soon as it happened, they arrested a couple people right there. Or they didn't arrest them, but they detained them. And a couple of them were like YouTubers. One of them was an old guy, it looked like.
I keep wondering about these close bubbles. Like the Trump shooter was inside of 300 yards. This guy's inside of 300 yards.
I get it for a Charlie Kirk thing because it's not like a presidential event and it's a college campus, and to rent out security to be on rooftops. But it is also like, hey, college security. Let's just have... Maybe we have rooftop cams.
I was just saying, yeah. Like, what's a drone cost with a camera on it these days? Like $90.
Yeah.
Couldn't you have like 25 of them up, and then even if they're not lethal, you could literally just swarm them down on somebody.
But then that's like, okay, our college is going to shut this down.
100%.
No more open.
No. Yeah. Who's going to get up on stage and speak right now?
Ben Shapiro said he'd keep going.
Does he?
Yeah. And the thing is, statistically,
I'm a paid Israeli agent. Hi.
Fuck. I mean, yeah. And I didn't get it at first. Like, people on both sides started coming out and they're like, we condemn this. And it's like, yeah, I get that. But then the more I kind of hear and listen and look, it is like, oh, fuck. Is this one of those things where we like really went over, like you can't go back. You can't go undo a Hiroshima or Nagasaki. From then on out, like nuclear bombs are always on the table, right? And so now, and luckily, hasn't been used since.
Assassinating political commentators is now on the table.
Yeah, in this war. Well, not this war,
like
but
cultural,
this...
It's like a cultural revolution. Like a color revolution.
This breaking, this, yeah. It's so weird to think of this. Because, like, I think of, like, in my head... I'm still 18, you know? I'm finishing high school. I'm playing Tony Hawk, drinking Mountain Dew, you know? And it's like, the world's got so much going on. Like, America, what am I going to do? You know? And then it's like, years later, it's like, wow, Seattle's different. You know, we just got locked down.
What happened, dude?
Yeah.
Where's your car?
Where's my car? Where's our car? But it is really like, what can happen in 10 years, 20 years?
Yeah.
Can be completely 180 and dramatic, but then it's
2025. By 2030, the world could look radically different.
But then in the same thought process, it's like, well, how do you get a culture, a civilization? It's like, oh, we had 1,000 years of like grace. You know, it's like, so what was the secret? How do you get collectiveness and growth continually? Like, okay, the Great American Experiment. It's like, we're here, 250 years now?
Yeah,
and they're like, well, the beginning wasn't good with the slavery. And then, the Civil War kind of sucked. But then from then until like 90.
The Industrial Revolution was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But then until 1900 to 1983, it's pretty fucking dope. How do you get, and that's a small window for it to be like, oh, it's prosperous. But when they're like, oh, yeah, it was a good society. And it was like for hundreds and hundreds of years, people were happy. And
I think things just move slower. So even control moved slower.
You think you could get the internet society to be happy?
Boy. No, because I think people will always, I don't know. People will always want the attention and the ego.
Mm.
So I don't know. And it's what it, in the end, it's like an attitude of narcissism that is like the Democrats did this to us or the Republicans did this to us. That's a life is happening to me rather than I am in control of my own life.
The bullets did have engravings. They say that, so they found that rifle, 30-06. They found a spent casing, I believe, and then they found a couple other that weren't shot. Yeah. Of course. The guy left bullets.
When the Epstein list gets released,
yeah.
I'll believe the narrative on this one.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. So that makes me, it's like, is it this kid? His pastor called. Jesus told me to turn
said.
It's like, all right, I don't know. You're trying to play moral police and narrative. This is weird.
Yep.
It doesn't completely make sense. But
it makes perfect sense in the light of, or if you look at it through the lens of it was done to inflame tensions.
It was meant to be seen,
Yes. It was meant to be public. It was meant to be dramatic.
But then JFK was meant to be seen. Mm-hmm. Well, was JFK meant to be seen? Because
I think it was to send a message, and I think the message was received, which was that he had messed with the deep state when he interrupted the invasion at the Bay of Pigs. And then he was opposed to Vietnam, and he was fixing to draw down there, and so they
So
made
what's the difference then between a message or to be seen? Like Charlie Kirk, it was meant to be
I think everybody in the game, my guess would be that in 1963, everybody in the game understood. And plus they got their guy, Lyndon Johnson, took over after that, and he was another puppet. So really it achieved the aim of A, sending a message to anybody who dared stand against them, and B, installing their puppet.
Do you think
because
Charlie Kirk,
LBJ immediately escalated the war in Vietnam?
Could he be saying things that governments don't like?
I don't even know, because I've never.
Does he?
I've never listened to a moment of him speaking. However, I don't think it matters. I think what mattered was that he was a conservative figurehead, and that it was done very publicly and dramatically.
So you just think it's ultra leftist?
No, I think it's two wings, one bird, and I think it was inflamed tensions to make sure that it's the left wing battling the right wing, never figuring out that it's the mind in the middle that's controlling both wings.
So he's just a rock to create ripples in a still pond.
Yes. The pond had got a little too smooth. It was time to make a wave.
There has to be a better motive besides stirring the pot to me.
That's because you haven't crossed my line of conspiracy theory, where I believe that we are being controlled by an elitist global network.
We could be.
There's 3 sovereign cities in the world, right? You know this.
What, the Vatican?
Yep. City of London, which is a few small blocks inside London, the city. City of London is a sovereign city. And then there is Washington, D.C.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The old district.
The old Trinity.
Yeah.
And so it's the center of, you have the centers of spirituality, the center of finance in London, and then the military headquarters in D.C.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it does.
Well, on the last one.
Yeah. When you start looking at global events of the last, really all the way back to World War II, you go, oh,
World War, but that's,
son of a bitch. That makes a lot of sense.
World War II did change everything.
Well, World War I really is the one that redrew the lines.
World War I,
and it all stemmed like if you go back into like pre-Napoleon. Hang on, but go back like pre-Napoleon, and you start realizing all these people are like fucking cousins, and like the British royal family is actually German, but they changed their name because they're all inbred, right? But all of like World War I and World War II were really World War I, which led to World War II, was a redistricting of Europe.
Yeah.
Just based on these fucking feuds of these elites. So here we are still fighting these stupid fucking wars that really are just based on feuds of elites who treat us like cattle only because we consent to it. And for as long as literally the day we stop consenting, it's over. But you need enough strong men to say, I do not consent, and I'm willing to fight about it.
It's tough though when those other guys, the fat cats, have money.
Yeah.
And people do things for money.
Yep.
It buys power, and then instantly it's able to corrupt. Having resources, does give you the ability to.
Yeah. The forbidden fruit. But it is,
but
it really, and it goes all that ties directly to the story I've told fucking a dozen times on this podcast about the sheriff saying he agrees with me, but at some point he has to do his job and give me a ticket. And that is men who would otherwise be on our team, capable men, saying, well, for my little white card that says health insurance on it, I'm going to fight for the other team.
Yeah.
I got a pension. I got 10 more years to get my pension. I got to play for the other team.
Yeah.
That is why the Republic is fucked right now. Because good men are doing nothing. Or even worse, they're playing for the other team for a pension and a health insurance card.
Can it just be it grew too big? Like having like the system. Like the system
yes,
of
but
like
I think that post
States, can you have like a small republic with an army and people and
we did,
like we once
like
had.
So then are you familiar with the Act of 1871 that made it incorporated a corporate entity called United States of America, Incorporated, which is separate from the United States. Legally, and this is why nobody understands legalese. But if you start to
it's just businesses.
Yeah,
it's a title.
But it's so difficult to understand if you're not educated and you're not taught this in school. Go figure. But if you are dealing with the United States of America, Incorporated, is a totally different situation than the United States.
Yeah.
So understanding those differences, and then you start to see how. Like your citizenship, right, is part, you are a asset of the United States of America, Incorporated. So you are treated like a cattle. You are traded on the stock market. That's why your birth certificate has it's like an 8-digit number on it. It's part of your bond.
Well, then, so that's anyone
and
that can
citizens,
get drafted.
Yes. So here's the other thing. Citizens don't have rights, or I should say, yes, citizens of the corporation do not have rights. They have privileges. And privileges can be revoked. Right? So there's all of this. And in the end, I don't really give a fuck about legalese. I don't care that you trapped me into a bullshit system. I do not consent.
Yeah.
And regardless of who says, like, I don't care about your fucking pieces of paper. That's why I said, like, the Washington State Administrative Code does not supersede my natural rights as a father.
Yeah.
My natural rights supersede everything. And that's kind of what the Constitution laid out way back in 1770 or whatever, 1767, whenever they wrote that.
Yeah.
Is that the Constitution is a document that was written based on natural rights, not fucking bullshit administrative permissions. Like, hey, Mike, you want to build a house? Come down and get a permit. We'll give you permission to build a house on your property. You're not a sovereign citizen if you have to ask permission.
Well, I mean, isn't that more libertarian?
No, this is actual lawfare, like law, maritime law. These are the laws as written. So once.
Well, yeah. But I mean, the idea that
this is how this is how they take authority to take your tax money, to put you in court if you don't pay it, or to put you in court for violations against the incorporation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care how you classify it; they're way bigger than us.
Right. And in the end, the threat is, if you don't do it, we tell you. We'll send you a court summons, and if you don't show up for that, we'll send men with guns to your house.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
the same men who say, "Bro, we're on your side, but I got 10 more years for my pension."
Yeah. But you do need a group to play together to accelerate. You know? It's like, well, we do need taxes. You know? Well, for basic infrastructure stuff, roads are great. I think power structure is great. Running water is pretty cool. Basic sanitation is good for human health. Like, if we're in this big thing together, it's like maybe we work a little to make sure disease doesn't spread, suffering doesn't happen by giving people power for, insulin, reading, not hitting the good ones, but the ones that are like life-saving too. But it's like, this is just basic things we should do as people.
I don't disagree. I just don't agree that government as it is constituted right now is the best way to get there. Yes, well, if we're going to pay taxes, they should be bending over backwards to help us, not oppose us.
And it's like, I get paying my power bill. It's like, oh, dude,
that's not to the government. That's to a utility.
But that's what I mean. Why is that like a private entity? It's like, we're making the prices. Maybe if it was a government,
because they own the power plant. That's, if you invest in a coal-fired generator, then you can sell your power.
You can make it. True. But that's what I mean. Like, shouldn't the government, like I said, we're here to make your life easier. They should be the ones that are like, we provide energy at the lowest cost. We provide water at the lowest cost.
No, but they don't. They're not capable of that, because when you have to, the government doesn't use it. No. Nope. Because when the money doesn't come out of your own pocket, you don't give a fuck. So when you run a business, you start from nothing, or you start with a loan, and you have to manage your budget. And so business people learn how to manage budgets, and they understand that profit versus expense matter, or like income versus expense matters.
Absolutely.
When you are a government bureaucrat, most of them are lifelong. It's not like people come from private business and go, you know what? I've always wanted to be a bureaucrat.
Yeah.
And no bureaucrat goes, or I should say very rarely do bureaucrats go from that to private sector, because they can't fucking hang. Yeah. They've basically been taught to sit on the couch and suck their fucking thumb for a living, right? So there's very little crossover. But if you are from a bureaucracy mindset, then you don't, in your mind, money just comes. It's like, hey, every year, here's our budget. Woohoo, we got an allowance from mom and dad.
Yeah.
You don't understand that you actually have to do something of value so that somebody will pay you some of their money.
Yeah.
They have a complete ununderstanding of value.
So then it's like, then we're even more torn. Like, if someone understands.
And the federal government is the largest employer in the United States now. That's how swollen it's gotten. So you have all these fucking people who have no clue what value means.
But that's what I mean. Like, if you have one group that's like, value is doing it yourself, and then another group that's like, value is the collective. how are you ever going to see
value is set by the consumer.
But that's
you
just
can't say
like
your value is what you can convince someone to pay you.
Yeah, agreed. But it's like, speaking civilization-wise, society, it's like you have a group of people that are like, value is one person putting their nose to the grindstone. And then the other person is like, value is us doing whatever the government says and working together for it. You know, you're never going to get those two people to have common ground. They're just two different radical ideas. One is a group collective and one is an independent collective. One is like, go with Mao and the people and we'll get it done. The other is like 1776, liberté, motherfucker. Let me go out here and figure out rocket ships in the woods eventually.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just, to each of those people, you're never going to see how the world works in the same lens. You're always going to be saying that person is crazy.
Yes.
Now, there's a certain amount of living your life saying, well, that's crazy and that's crazy. But at what point do you react to the craziness around you? And having things like this Charlie Kirk event where it's meant to be publicly seen. And I don't know who did it or why they did it or whatever, but I do know that this was meant to be shown up close and graphic and at an event where it's planned, like it's going to get a lot of eyeballs. You just know it. Your law of odds. If I want people to see Charlie Kirk dying, I'm not going to kill him in a parking lot coming at a subway, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to kill him at a campus during an event, right? So it's like, so what does that mean? This has to have impact. This is supposed to have a real meaning behind it, and I want it up close, you know? So something about that makes me think, so what is the response to this? So you get something that's so blatant in your face, and you got Trump talking, and he's like, this is a horrible event. I can't.
It's a terrible event.
Yeah.
It's the worst day ever.
But he's like, we need to come together, and like we need
It's
to
the worst
put
day.
down,
But fortunately, I'm the best president. I'm the greatest president.
we need to.
I will give the greatest eulogy for Charlie Kirk because I am the greatest eulogizer.
Yeah.
My hands are very large.
Oh, the biggest of hands.
Biggest of hands.
Cheeto hands. That's right.
Workman's hands, some would say.
Yeah, Diet Coke and Cheeto.
Sorry.
Workman's hand. Yeah. The executive order has an orange stain, sir. But
how great would that be? Get up on stage, this little orange stain around his crotch. Oh, fuck.
I know. It's going to be huge. Give it a minute.
The jalapeno Cheetos. I like it spicy.
Wait till I get a heart on. It's going to look like a sunrise. It's going to be huge.
Huge. What were you saying?
Wanted it to be seen.
Something about Trump.
Trump got derailed with Cheeto.
Well, let's take a pee break.
Pee break.
So now that we're back from our pee break, we were ranting about political things and conspiracy theories, but now we're talking hunting stoke.
Sweet, awesome spy and
because we did
stuff.
actually go. We put eyes on, or Mike put eyes on two bucks this morning.
$3.
3?
3.
Holy shit!
Look at me go.
Goddamn. You're just a dude magnet.
They love me. Saw a
It's your musk.
spike, nice little spiky young guy. Saw a 2-point. I was like, hey, that looks like a 2-point. Got a little thing going on up there. And then it was like, ooh, who's your big brother? And it was a 2-point. That was a huge
little hefty.
2-point.
Right.
Like, but not just the body, but like the horns. Like the little brother guy, the other 2-point, he was like one big huge horn with two little forks, and it's like, hey, you're a little shithole 2-point. But the brother was like, the big guy was like a little nub and then two big huge tines. Okay. And so I was looking for an eye guard like a motherfucker. Are you close? Are you 3? Are you pretty close? Yeah. Should I know about you?
What is our blacktail a 3-point minimum as well?
I don't know. I've never hunted deer in Western Washington.
Okay. We'll have to look up the regs.
Yeah. Yeah. Archery, I think it's any deer.
Yes, I think so.
Or any buck, anything with horns.
I thought you could take a doe in archery.
Probably. Right, whatever.
Yeah.
We don't care. You've got a what now?
If you can get within 10 yards, go ahead.
I'm Robin Hood. All right, buddy. Yeah. But yeah, saw those 3, and that was fun. I had a good morning.
Were there no does with them, or was it a big old?
It was just all dudes. It was a sausage party.
They're trying to sneak out. They're trying to sneak out of their bed down. Fuck, we got to get back before dawn.
Yeah, we tore it up last night by the huckleberry patch. We got to get home and not get caught.
Wish I could quit you.
Yeah, all the does were back at the riverbank. Left all the hoes behind. Oh my God. Getting back to their wives. Yeah, it was a fun morning. I like that. That was good.
No black bear.
No.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to be there, unfortunately. A year, probably
Getting
2 years from now, there's going to be a lot of blackberries.
I saw a bear. There's bear poop there.
Yeah,
there's
very little though. I think
you
they cruise through. I don't think they hang out.
Yeah, you gotta know the cruise through spots.
Yeah,
that's like with being a guide, or
Yeah, true.
That's a black bear. That's a black belt hunter. A black bear hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's what it is. That's why
we need a bait station.
It is cool having a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I fucking love it.
Having a purple belt is cool.
Yeah. But it's like, to be a black belt in hunting's cool too. To me, it's like anything you do, it's cool to be proficient and good at it. And it always makes me think, it's like,
mastery.
You know something this much. Imagine if you were a black belt, what you'd know.
Yeah.
And hunting's been a fun one to get like more kind of involved or looking at. But yeah, it's fun to kind of.
We're getting there. We're growing our game.
We're trying.
I'm sniffing at blue belt.
I'll
have you know.
Is this what people do as they become old men? As they get into hunting?
Well, listen, it's World War II history and smoked meats.
I can't.
Those are your required passions over the age of 40.
Little Landjäger? Are you kidding me?
Uh-huh.
Is that what it is though? Because you can't catch the game-winning touchdown.
You got to get really into Band of Brothers and really into smoking pork butts.
I mean, I'm there. I've been there for years. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that is old age. Is that? Do you think hunting's an old man game or a young man game?
I think it spans generations because Nathan.
Do you think it's more likely young people are into it because their elders are the ones that got into it instead of them just free flowing naturally and being like, I'm gonna make a bow.
I think so to me it represented adventure because I grew up on stories of like the frontiersmen, like Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, the fur trappers, and then like Lewis and Clark. And then we read War on the Run, which was like these forays into the Canadian wilderness. And so I think to me, hunting from like young ages, seeing pictures in Cabela's catalogs, like way back in the day, like it would just sort of, to me, it was like, oh, that is the now equivalent of being like a frontiersman. Yeah. That's the closest you're going to get.
Where do you think?
And so I like, sorry. We both started talking at once. I like having and practicing and learning more of all the like the woodsman skill and the rifleman skills and all of the things that go into hunting.
But didn't they? Well, I guess
it's fun to learn a new way to start fires, and it's fun to learn how to make different shelters. and it's fun to get really good at long range shooting. And all these things are fun. And then it's fun to go out and put them all into practice in the mountains.
But what was Ranger School? Like, wasn't it
Ranger
like
School was a sufferfest, and it was infantry tactics. And so you get really good at navigating in the woods and in the wilderness with a map and compass over shitty terrain, and you learn how to pack a backpack and how to carry heavy things.
Yeah.
But you don't learn any marksmanship at Ranger School. You're fucking shooting blank rounds, but you're learning infantry tactics.
That's pretty much. So there's
you're getting really good at raids, recons, and ambushes.
No survival.
No.
So how did they send you in the woods for a long time without survival?
Starvation rations.
They're just like, eat a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll see you in 15 days.
15. Fucking
30.
65.
Oh my God, dude.
But you're not in the woods that entire time. You're back and forth, but still they're not feeding you anywhere near the calories you're expending.
Yeah, it's a mental thing. Yeah.
It's inducing stress while the whole point of the school is that it's an infantry leadership school. So they put you into leadership positions and then induce stress with starvation and sleep deprivation, and you still have to perform. So that way it shows you, it's a way of showing the instructors who breaks down when conditions aren't ideal.
Yeah.
Because you can't be in charge if you're going to fall apart.
Is it a fast track a lot to like leadership?
Yes, I think so.
Or
if you are in the big army, it is definitely a fast track to leadership positions. And then in the Ranger Regiment, it's like a box you're supposed to check.
Okay. Huh. What? God, that sucks though. So they're just like, okay, we want to mine, because you think Rambo. I think Rambo. Let me tell you about Mike. Hang on.
He's your first bud, not me.
Yeah. But I think Rambo.
This one's something to eat.
Yeah. I want a can of tuna. So hungry, dude.
It was the greatest Green Beret.
Yeah. John Rambo. So in my head, when I think of like the Army Ranger and all this, it's like
better than the SEALs.
I'll start a fire. I'll kill this.
No, you're not allowed to have fires in Ranger School. Get the fuck out of here.
But that's what I mean. It's like they can endure anything, but most of it is dependent on the system being there. Like you're looking for the most committed people's, depending that at this time this helicopter will be here, yes, or at this time this strike will happen, and then you're there approximately 37 seconds later. Yep. You're looking for the people that can go through the most and still carry out fulfillment of mission based on the establishment, the overlord, the system being enacted. Interesting. God, dude. So let's get this straight. My skills, maybe not my mental fortitude, but my wood fire skills,
your willingness,
might be superior.
Willingness to hump a fresh steak or two, 16-ounce ribeyes into the Alpine, so that we may dine,
yes,
and sup in extreme comfort.
Let me show you what they don't teach you in Ranger School, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's crazy. Do you think this Charlie Kirk thing our military is going to be used more?
Didn't Trump federalize police in D.C.? So that's a little bit
D.C., Chicago, New Orleans.
Really? In more cities now.
And the ability to do it.
Okay.
But then you also see what's happening in South America now and Venezuela.
Militarize. Yeah. Well, that's an ability to militarize police. And the other thing is that, again, everybody's so busy fighting about MAGA versus LGBTQ that they're not paying attention to the control state and the surveillance state.
Well, hang on. on last thing on this Charlie Kirk, well, maybe not last, but on the Charlie Kirk thing, like Hegseth said that if you're like, they're going after people, like the right's like, we want free speech and we're going to buy Twitter. And now they're like, hey, if you're saying shit about Charlie Kirk assassination, if you're talking trash, we're going to go after you.
So that's a violation of the First Amendment.
Yeah. And even it feels like
wasn't there
Elon's
there was
turning.
something that Trump signed. God damn it. I don't remember. It was about 3 weeks ago. Oh, fuck. Oh, it was, you're not allowed to criticize Israel.
They seem to have him by the ball. Have you heard the Charlie Kirk Israel conspiracy theory?
No, but I don't need to.
Do you want to?
What nation has like half of our senators as dual citizens?
Israel.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, and Charlie Kirk started to speak out against Israel.
Did he?
Just because of the whole Gaza campaign, and it's like, all right, what are we doing here kind of thing. Just like everyone's like, what are we doing, dude? We're watching people just get fucked over. Mm-hmm. And so the conspiracy theory is Netanyahu had him taken out because he was the voice of so many young Republicans, and they wanted him silenced. And that once they did that, then they could push forward with their agenda of getting overthrowing Iran and taking this all over. And they say that it's because
how many countries have we bombed this week?
Saying,
hang on. Do you know the answer?
But they're saying it's because they have stuff on Trump due to Epstein working for Mossad. So they have to get it done within this time frame.
It all fits.
That's why I wanted
it's weird how the narrative all kind of works out. It makes everything make sense.
But that's a conspiracy online, is that's why all this happened. And like I said, it's interesting in that it wanted to be seen. It seems very weird that a young kid whose dad was a sheriff.
We talked about it with JFK and RFK. Yeah. They wanted to make an example. You don't fuck with the deep state. And
so we got an alibi to throw it after, but it is just, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a weird one to be like, let's make this guy the example. And I've gone over my head in it a lot, just thinking about it. I don't know. And I feel, like I said, it overshadowed 9/11. Nothing should overshadow 9/11. Remember, never forget. 9/11, 2025. Yeah. We forgot, dude. Yeah, right. Because Charlie Kirk.
9/11, never forget, was the first fucking 24 years. Year 25 is 9/11. Oh, fuck, we forgot.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what it was. And that's why I text you that night. I text you guys and I was like, you guys' spidey senses just feel weird. Because it's like this day that should be this most solemn of one thing was completely conflicted and absorbed by another massive event. Mm-hmm. And it's like, ooh, this is a nation rocker. Mm-hmm. Because if this is making more news than the memorial of that, and don't get me wrong, it's like Pearl Harbor happens now, and you're like tequila shots.
Yeah,
But,
sweet half-price beers.
Yeah, but I think people that pay attention a little bit, December starts coming, you're like, oh yeah, mm-hmm. Christmas, Santa's coming, but it's also a huge tragedy. But you lose perspective. I don't know, maybe. I just feel like all this stuff, it's like you can't pin anything on anyone or anything. Like, oh, this guy's involved, this is involved, that guy does this, and that's why everything. I don't think it's any one thing. I do think it is interesting thinking of power as like an organism. Mm-hmm. Like conglomerates of like, I want control. And there's control through like free order, natural law, a little bit of evolution in there, like survival of the fittest and stuff. But then there's also order due to like what we do, entropy. The universe has an order, but we're like, well, it's hot here, so let's make an air conditioner. So we're going to make things more orderly in the way that we see them to make air conditioning, right? We're going to slow down the entropy of this room with this AC, but eventually it's going to heat up the whole situation in the long run when it all falls apart. Mm-hmm. And I kind of feel like maybe power is that way too. Like, there is natural order and law to this world we live in, which is like the rain, the animals, the sun, the stuff like that. But then there is man order and man law. And I do think that people have dramatic influence and impact. I mean, if, say, we went to the moon, right? That's not a natural...
Did we?
Yeah, but okay, so maybe we didn't do that, but...
Let's say Stanley Kubrick made a shitty film of...
What's the Blackbird, the SR-71?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not natural law. That's not oceans. That's not wind. That's not volcanoes.
It is air pressures. So. It's air pressures and thrust.
Yeah. But what created that is not natural law. That is man law. And man law has the ability.
Look me in the eyes when you say that.
You like that, dude?
Oh, yeah.
I connected. I was hitting hard on
say
man
it with
law.
conviction.
But man
law
has the ability to completely...
That could be like a 1995 like
beer commercial.
Well, I was I'm thinking like vigilante, like law enforcement type. Yeah, man. His name is Man Law.
Man Law. Man Law.
He knows Walker, Texas Ranger. They trained at the same dojo.
Man Law. Man Law and Walker.
Yeah.
Man Law. CBS at 7 on Wednesdays.
That's right, yeah.
Man Law.
Don't miss Wednesdays.
Get a spin-off show. Lady Justice. 7:30.
That's right, yeah. Followed by Xena Warrior Princess.
Hey, that was a good show, dude.
It's a terrible show. She was just hot.
What? She was hot. So was Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
The little blonde chick?
I don't know.
Gabrielle. The way you said it, you know who Gabrielle is. Don't fucking lie, you hater.
We're going to have to look that up.
You didn't like Xena Warrior Princess.
No, listen, I liked Xena Warrior Princess. I just don't know that I ever watched it.
If
I was watching it, I was not watching it for the fucking plot.
Did you watch The Adventures of Hercules with Kevin Sorbo preceding it, followed by Xena Warrior Princess?
I think I was aware of it, but I don't. Maybe I did. Maybe I blacked it all out. Maybe blood pressure left my head and I couldn't pay attention.
You mean you didn't notice when there was ripped dudes on the TV in front of you like I did? Oh, who's this Kevin Sorbo character? Hercules was great. It was cool because there was a night of like Greek adventure. Like the Homer, the Iliad, the Odyssey. Like there's a lot of cool Greek stories. And I
don't see a little blonde girl with her.
Gabrielle?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to start my phone right now.
Going to a rabbit hole.
Xena Warrior Princess. As you were saying.
It's a great show. Lucy Lawless.
What were we talking about?
Charlie Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
Not good. Control
State.
Message being shown.
Charlie Kirk, Control State. Xena Warrior Princess. Bring it back.
Powers wanting it to be shown. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. Like I said, I text you. I'm like, your spidey senses tingling.
Yes,
it's like I felt maybe what it was that same pain of like a 9/11, like it rehashed because it was so visual. Everyone does have
people felt
little
it viscerally.
PTSD because it's so in your face. But it is. As horrible as it is a good eye-opener. Maybe if you're like, oh, I hate this guy, I hate that guy, and then you see someone physically get murdered on TV or on your phone. Like, I was like, oh, a beheading video, and then I watched it, and it's like, oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like to send messages, you know, maybe it does give a little bit of a, hey, fucking let's all get our line together. But then maybe part of it is, I don't know, there seems to be such like a frickin'
it's
a movement towards people reacting positively to this.
Yeah, you're right.
Like he got what he deserved.
Well, no. Oh, okay.
No,
that's not the positive I'm talking about.
No.
I think there's also a backlash of people who are like, hey, what the fuck, America?
Oh, everyone on the right is completely heartbroken and doesn't know what to say. Even people in the middle.
But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people saying we need to not fight with each other. We need this needs.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of division, but there are also a lot of influential voices who are saying, hey, everybody needs to take a fucking timeout.
But on the far left, there's a huge swath of people saying he's got what he deserves. This is what you get coming for you. And even though the middle ground is most people, all of this is driven by such a minute fraction of
it's
society.
The radicals that create the events that we all see.
This chaos necessary for all of us to be enthralled in. So is this just like the Trump assassination happened and then it was like, oh dude, things are going to happen.
It was the greatest attempt.
And then
there's never been a better attempt.
And then you've never heard, what happened? Can you tell me? I don't know.
Swept it under the rug.
Yeah.
Better than any other attempt.
So is this something, because it's like, think of, I'm not, this will get in trouble, but fuck it. Compared to like George Floyd, you know, and this is like you said, you said even too, everyone on the right is reacting like, or what I'd label as right. Like this is lost. We're all broken. People are devastated. I had women at work crying.
Well, it is just like remember the first time Trump was elected and women were posting like weird shit on Facebook? Now they're posting like pictures of themselves crying over how devastated they are at the Charlie Kirk murder, which on one hand I empathize with and I get because they probably fucking witnessed it almost firsthand.
Yeah.
But also it's sort of where we're back to that sort of narcissism where it's like, hey, look at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe it is a little,
and some of it is just trying to express real feelings.
Some of it's trying to express real feelings. Once again, I think certain people are, I don't know, maybe it is that divide. Like he doesn't believe in abortion, right? Look, they went back from Roe versus Wade being a federal thing, you know, where abortions were illegal.
I'm the best at abortion.
Yeah, where's the
greatest? I'm the greatest.
Yeah.
Got these large hands.
Get up in there. But like people feel like their rights are getting stripped away. And this is just one more thing for someone that's not like, I don't know, kind of involved like, all our rights are kind of getting diminished the more you get taxed and the more government grows, right? So we're all being stripped here, but you think your crew that you see as virtuous and righteous, this other one are like, oh, God hates fags is the way they see you.
Well, we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, yeah. What's his name? Westboro Baptist? What was that guy?
Oh, God. What was their name?
God hates fags.
Yeah. God loves dead soldiers.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name, but yeah, it was the Westboro.
Did you ever follow his fucking niece? That was a huge person in it.
No,
and
why would I follow his niece?
But she came out.
That's the whole thing. It's like, why would people follow these people?
No. But she came out and she like, I was brainwashed and all that. And she,
no shit.
She's kind of hot too, so it didn't hurt.
And damaged. Yeah. Hot and damaged.
But she came out and like completely talked about the family and the structure. And like, it's very interesting. But there.
How many times did you beat off to this interview?
The centerfold?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good spread.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Corinthians.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well,
we can't end it there.
What else is going on in that mind then? To me, it's just one big conspiracy theory. This is a control play.
Who's doing it though? That I have to ask: who, what, when, where, why?
It's
how.
the nebulous deep state, and it's the people who are not elected. It's the
is Trump part of that deep state?
I don't know.
Because he's supposed to clean the swamp.
Yeah, and has he? How many campaign promises are unfulfilled right now? Most of them.
True.
There's a giant.
You did pretty good on the border.
Shit. Yes, that is
maybe
true.
a little too good.
Yeah, maybe he made somebody mad.
Yeah. He did good on that. The JFK stuff, I guess. But
where is the Epstein list?
That's the
why are they hiding it?
Do you think he's
why
involved?
are they hiding it?
I think he's.
Why the
he's
fuck
gotta be
are
involved.
they hiding it?
Is he not?
Yes,
yeah.
Of course he is. And there's a lot of powerful people on both sides of the aisle who are compromised.
Scientists, all kinds of
everybody.
People.
Yes.
You think he stuck a finger in someone?
It doesn't fucking matter.
You think someone stuck
They're
a
all
finger
dirty.
in him?
They're all dirty. Yeah. And we are stuck here because we consent to this. And until decent men are ready to fucking take action, this is what we're going to get.
But how do we get burden of proof? Say everyone steps up. Is like, I
think at this point, yep. If you signed up to play the game, you know what, motherfucker?
Going down. Sounds wild.
Giddy up. Well, go ahead and hit that 5th star.
wait.
Come on.
One more question. How do you choose good people then? How do you get representation? Do you believe we can represent ourselves adequately, or that there's unique people, maybe a little bit more intelligent, eloquent?
Do you want to know what I really think?
Yeah.
I think there is a global awakening taking place.
Yeah.
And it's more than political. It is realization of who you are and yourself and your self-value, and the fact that you don't. Once people begin, it's contagious. So it's very small right now, but it spreads, because once you've felt it, you cannot unfeel it. You cannot. There's nothing you can do to convince me that it's not real, because I felt it.
Yeah.
And so once people feel it, it becomes real, and you cannot put that cat back in the bag. But so it's spreading. And once people remember who they are, this whole idea that you need this governing body to tell you do not need someone to tell you what's morally correct. That is not the case. Every once in a while there's a broken person, but that is by far the exception. The people who are quote unquote broken right now are products of this created system.
Yeah.
If left to their natural state, people are born with morality. And it is only in their unnatural state that they lose it.
True, but you do need someone that, like, I could care less about roads and, like I said, water and power. You need, I don't know. The government should be there to make your life easier.
You know what? But they're not doing a real fucking good job of it right now, are they?
Mm-hmm. So that's where the question becomes.
So I think we could do a lot better with a different system.
Agreed. A system that has to be updated to where we are today. Just like the Bible.
Or maybe something different altogether. Like the founding fathers called this the Great Experiment. Yeah. So maybe we need to continue experimenting. Yeah. This is our experiment with life and with reality. And here's the other fucked up thing. This is part of what the quote unquote Great Awakening is, that you realize you're only here for a short time. So this is an experiment. if you are not experimenting, if you are just stuck on the hamster wheel and you're going round and round and round and you're like, this is life, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Get off the hamster wheel. You got one chance. This should be an experiment. This should be an adventure. And if it's not, you're missing the point.
Take risks. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do what scares you. Maybe that, I mean...
People are very afraid of the unfamiliar.
To go
here's the other half of that, is that we're also really good at adapting to discomfort. Every single human being is really good at being uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're also really afraid of what's unfamiliar. So if the uncomfortable is familiar, we're like, fuck yeah, we'll stay here because we know this. And so you get stuck on that hamster wheel, round and round and round and round and round, because what are you hanging on for? Yeah. What is it that you're running on that hamster wheel for? And most people can't answer that.
I did it yesterday.
Because getting off is unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And unfamiliar, we do not like. We're scared of that.
Creating a whole new system, don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to it. It's like, do you think the tenets of our initial doctrine are strong enough to withhold? Because it is like, okay, it does have, like building a house. It's like, we don't have to tear it all down. We'll go down to the foundation and it's got some good roots, and we'll build off of there.
I think the founding documents have
validity.
Real merit.
Yeah.
And that is rooted in the fact that they acknowledge the natural rights of human beings.
I feel
not the given
corporate
liberties.
Yeah.
Liberties are granted to you. You ever think about that?
Well, yeah.
With liberty and justice,
it's
one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Well,
liberty is not a natural right. Liberty is something that is granted to you when you fucking put your ship into port.
So then, that's what she said. So then, what's a right? Like life is a right. Like you have the ability to live. Unless we say you're a bad guy and you did something and then we have the right to kill you. Then life isn't right.
The right to make your own decisions.
Life, liberty.
Liberty is a permission. Liberty
is it a permission?
Liberty is granted to you. But I would say that in general,
but even if you're a bad guy, you have the right of a fair trial.
You have the right to complete liberty. I believe that.
Yeah.
Independent of any incorporation or organized political body.
Life, liberty,
and the pursuit of happiness.
Fuck, dude. Weird times, brother.
It is.
I don't know what it means.
We're living through history. It's also fascinating.
Well, we were talking about that on that couple podcasts ago with Jordan. He's like, if you had a time machine, what do you think would be the craziest point through history?
There might be people like 400 years from now who are like, oh shit,
but
we should go check out 2025.
That's what I mean. Like, it is, not only is it Charlie Kirk thing happening overshadowed 9/11, but it was kind of symbolic on like the anniversary of like, it was already
it was done on a the fact that it occurred when national tension was already a little, like, emotions are already a little elevated for everybody who was of age to remember, waking up and watching the towers come down on TV. So already, I think the background, like what you remember, you wrote me that your spidey, you're like, my spidey senses are tingling, and I said, dude, I even went as far as to text Tyler the same thing, and he said, I said, hey man, have you noticed that the background energy is super chaotic? And his response was, it almost made me throw up on my way home. And so I went to jiu-jitsu on a night that I don't normally go, just so I could go fucking shoot the shit with him.
Yeah.
Because we were both feeling and aware of that feeling of just sort of the edginess of fucking the population around us.
Yeah.
But and by the way, all humans have that ability.
Well, that's like the 9/11 or a vibration. You know, everyone, you can tell when you go into a room without anyone saying anything what the mood is. Yes. Maybe some of it is signaling. It'd be interesting if you covered everyone's face, if you could pick up if people were happy or if they're sad.
People have measurable electromagnetic
You
fields.
give off a vibe, it seems like. Yeah. And it seemed like everything and everyone was off, even the news
like yours
cycle.
Is like anchovies and pepperoni. And a little bit of flop sweat.
Yeah. Oh, did you suffer a dog bite? Yeah. Did you choke out a pit bull? It was off, but it was also not only on the anniversary, but it was a reflection point because it's been so long, and so much of your life is due to that event. Like, did you ever think...
I went to war for 10 years.
Technically, 9/11 led you to my garage. I mean, we can get into that in a deeper conversation.
That's another rabbit hole altogether.
Yeah. But, I mean, technically, like, that dictated where you went as a ranger, how your life worked, what potential work in that area was. Yeah. And it's like... hang on. It makes me think, like... I don't think 9/11 inside job, Tower 7, all this stuff conspiracy. But when I think about a war and how much money that war has created for certain individuals, as well as, once again, like World War I, the restructuring of lines, power systems, opportunity, it does make me think very nefarious and evil people will step into that role.
How many Americans do you think are aware that Saddam Hussein was a American installed fucking puppet?
Yeah. Saudi.
And then we went to war to uninstall him.
Yeah.
Well, ostensibly because he was stockpiling weapons of mass destruction.
His sons were horrible, though.
Yeah,
you see,
still,
he's a bad dad.
That's not an American problem.
He should die just being that bad of a dad, dude. The things that happen. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Like I said earlier, I'll be done here. Like I said earlier, there are certain things that you can't undo. The nuclear bomb, I think, for like what I call
definitely
manpower, the man machine, manpower, man stride.
Oh yeah, man power.
Flow.
Hang on, that's another great like.
That's my workout series, manpower with Mike.
He's an undercover cop who like shows up as like a construction guy. He's manpower.
Manpower in the Briggs.
Yeah. He wears tight blue jeans and like an orange reflection vest with no shirt underneath and a pistol belt.
Hell yeah, dude. Manpower.
Manpower
in The Apprentice.
That should be Jordan. That should be Jordan's WWE name is Manpower.
Manpower in The Apprentice. Zach comes out behind him.
Yeah. They're tag team.
They are. Get him, Manpower. Yeah. Hold him down, Apprentice. America's falling apart.
We're telling jokes.
All right, buddy.
Leave us a review, guys. Spread the show. Over and out.